local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome inside Spiro's for our love story, brought to you by Spiro's and Richardsons Jewellery. If you're going to get a table and hear Daryl Amundrud playing on Valentine's night, you better hurry. You better call Spiro's ASAP to get your table, because it is crunch time for Saturday night. So get a hold of Spiro's and book your table today. We also thank Richardsons Jewellery for the sponsorship of Love Story. Richardsons Jewellery is where I bought Heather's ring, and I always say this, I never thought of going anywhere else. Richardsons Jewellery is so local. They're such a local family. They have this beautiful store now that is just incredible. But what's even more beautiful than the store is the service that you get when you're there at Richardsons Jewellery. They treat you like a king. I really was uncomfortable when I first walked in to pick out Heather's ring. I was so uncomfortable. And right away, I started to feel better. I started to feel like, okay, I can do this, and I can do it on my own. Because the other thing was, I was worried about, will I pick out the right ring? Well, they made me feel so confident that I could pick out the right ring. And if I didn't, we could come back and pick the right ring together. But I would have something when we traveled out to Ontario to take with me. And Matt had given me just this awesome box. It's so small, so I could actually hide it in my pocket. And I'll never forget when I opened that box and it turned out. It just kind of jumped out of the box and turned right at her. And it was just awesome. She was pretty surprised, didn't realize that I had a ring. Of course, this is my co-host today. This is Heather. You know her or may know her as Heather Clagus. I know her as Heather Price. So our love story today features, we already mentioned Daryl Amundrud. It features Sheri Amundrud, well, Sheri Berube, and of course Zach Berube, who also don't live far from us. So we know all their dirty little secrets. We know when they're having a party. We know when they're doing all sorts of things. We hear. They live a couple more houses. Both ways. We're pretty boring, though. You have to admit. Right? No, you go get your mail in front of our house all the time. There's nothing really to see. At least I hope not. Heather does like to walk around us naked once in a while. But
I won't look too close.
It's the opposite. It's me.
I've seen you sitting on the couch here looking at the show. Your hands up. I won't say too much.
I'm glued to the TV, believe me. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 23 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636, or stop and see them at their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste, and after all, it is Superior Water. We remind you that Cupcakes for Caregivers is for caregivers that are professionals and caregivers that are family members. You can nominate a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, any kind of caregiver that you think of as a professional, but you can also nominate those people who take care of others right in their own home. People who make sure that their neighbor's driveway is clear. People that make sure that somebody gets to doctor's appointments on time. It can often be a family member, and they are invaluable. They might not even realize they're a caregiver. They're just doing it out of love, and it's because what you do to take care of the people you love. But you are a caregiver, and you're making a huge difference for you and the one you're caring for, but your family as well. So if that rings a bell to you, send us an email. All you have to do is email livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Cupcakes for Caregivers is brought to you by Umbrella Marketing Design and Sobeys in Lloydminster. We've got today to head over to the Vic Juba Theatre, so we're going to do that before we get to our love story. We'll throw it over to Tanis Hines for Live in Lloyd.
It's mid-February, love is in the air,
Valentine's Day is here, and we get to enjoy the family day long weekend. With all this togetherness happening, it's the perfect time to plan a night out at Vic Juba Community Theatre. Take advantage of our BOGO sale happening right now on select Dr. H.A. McDonald shows. American Rock Legends, Friday, February 20th. Murray the Magician, Hilarious Deceptions on March 5th. Morgan Wallen Tribute on April 18th. Double the love, buy one, get one free. Use code FEBBOGO at checkout online or call our box office and our staff will be happy to help you apply the code. And coming up, April 29th, 2026, Lloydminster Regional Theatre Foundation presents Bangs, Bobs, and Banter, Confessions of a Hairstylist. This fast-paced theatrical comedy, written and performed by Joanna Rinaldi, follows a bold hairstylist sharing outrageous salon stories filled with sass and sharp wit. VIP reception begins at 6:30 p.m. and the show at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $49 for VIP and reserved seating or $29 for reserved seating. Proceeds support essential capital equipment and maintenance projects at Vic Juba Community Theatre. For tickets, visit vicjubatheatre.ca or call 780-872-7400. We look forward to seeing you at the theater. The next great night out is waiting for you.
And now playing at May Cinema 6 is Emerald Fennell's controversial reimagining of Wuthering Heights. It's very loosely based on the Emily Bronte novel and stars Margot Robbie and heartthrob Jacob Elordi. Wuthering Heights is the perfect Valentine's Day guilty pleasure night out, or just a great choice for a ladies' night out as well. Also playing at May Cinema 6, Send Help, Solo Mio, Crime 101, Goat, Zootopia 2, Iron Lung, and The Strangers Chapter 3. For tickets and showtimes to all upcoming movies, including Wuthering Heights, go to maytheaters.com. Live in Lloyd is brought to you by May Cinema 6 and the Vic Juba Community Theatre. Welcome back. We're going to take a short break, but first I want to tell you about BioClean Disaster Services. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they will help you get your life back. You can call BioClean Disaster Services at 1-833-246-8326. For over 10 years, they have been serving Lloydminster, and in just 10 years, they have become Lloydminster's largest restoration company. A lot of that is because they do sensational work. Another big part of what BioClean Disaster Services does is in the community. They are your local restoration company as well. It's called the BioClean Aquatic Center for a reason. We know that they've helped out the Sexual Assault Center. We see BioClean Disaster Services in a lot of places in our community. And they are there when we are at our lowest, when we need their help. And that's where they come in to help you get your life back. Taking care of your belongings, taking care of your property, but more than anything, taking care of you. BioClean Disaster Services, 1-833-246-8326. We're back in a moment with Love Story, presented by Richardsons Jewellery and Spiros.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster is proud to be your 100% locally owned and operated furniture store with a focus on Canadian-made quality furniture. Shop their tremendous selection of beautiful living room sets, stylish sectionals, and comfy recliners. Border City Furniture also offers many different sizes of dinettes, as well as incredible bedroom sets and mattresses. Stop in and see Calvin and Ryan for the best customer service experience in Lloyd. They've got the awards to prove it. Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster, where the sale never ends.
Welcome back inside Spiro's for Love Story, presented by Spiro's and Richardsons Jewellery. And now is the time, guys, to call and book your table at Spiro's. It is getting into be crunch time. And of course, Richardsons Jewellery, they're used to you coming in late, so they will be there for you when you go get your gift for that sweetheart in your life. Richardsons Jewellery, so local and so community-minded. We have got with us to tell us their love story today our neighbors. They live not too far down the street from us. We've got Zach and Sheri Berube joining us today to tell us their love story. So thanks for giving us some of your time.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you guys met at what might have been the most inopportune time. Tell us about how Zach and Sheri met.
Yeah. Funny thing was, so I guess it goes back 2 years. So 2 years prior to us meeting for the first time, I was at her father's farm, and we were installing some overhead doors in a shop of his. And I ended up having a really good conversation with him. And he mentioned a daughter that he had that wasn't married yet, and 4 children and one left that was that was needing to be taken care of. So then
The farmer's daughter.
yeah. And I took it as he was kind of giving me a little bit of a pull in that direction. And I thought, well, I don't want anybody to figure out who I'm supposed to be with, right? So I kind of put it on the back burner. And then fast forward 2 years later, after she knew my name but couldn't find me on social media, I met her on a dating site. And so I happened to meet her on, we used Match.com is what it was. And so I had an account on there for a while. And then Sheri ended up getting one on there.
Yes. And I'm kind of cheap, so I didn't pay for any extra perks. So I had one free message, so I sent it to him. Yeah.
You're like, I'll let this do the talk.
Yes, yeah. Here's my photos.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so on those sites, they'll show up as people rated best for you or whatever, right? So I came up as a 98% match on there. And just because of the profile layout and everything, I guess that's how it works out. So 98% match, and she was praying, saying, Lord, if you're going to give someone to me, make it obvious. So then I was at the top of the list.
It's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Hey, I want to know how often your dad has people come out to the farm and he tells them that he has a single daughter yet.
Yeah.
Was this a thing that, was it just because it was Zach, or was it
I
because...
think it's just because it was him, yeah. He didn't do it too many times, so it must have stood out to him.
Yeah, we had a good conversation, but when Linda came over to offer the coffee, I told her I didn't drink coffee, and then I guess I offended her, because she remembered me 2 years later when I saw her, and she said, you're the guy who didn't want the coffee. Oh, that's a good start.
Of all the little things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you guys actually, you didn't meet at that time?
No,
So what year would that have been?
In 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so 2018,
Yeah.
he tells you, I think I got a daughter that, you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
seemed like a nice young man.
Yeah.
You pay no attention.
No.
Did you even know about it?
I did. I tried searching him on Facebook, but he wasn't around, so.
Oh, your dad came in and said, hey,
Yeah,
we
he's
met
like,
this
I
guy.
met this Zachary guy. He was pretty nice, so I thought, well, I'll just
I'll
see what
take
I
a
can
look,
find.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't find him, so I was like, oh well, whatever.
So 2 years later, when he comes up on Match.com, you recognize this is the guy.
We didn't really realize realize that until after he found me on Instagram, and then he saw some pictures of like our farm and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I've been to your farm before."
I said, this may sound kind of weird, but I met your dad. I went to the farm, and so I was looking through her Instagram because she sent me a message. She said, I'm on Facebook, and I was like, I'm not on Facebook, but maybe I could find her somewhere else. So I looked on Instagram, and I found her there. And I'm looking through the pictures on her profile, and I'm like, there's the shop we worked on, and it says Jesus is Lord right on the shop, big huge letters, and that's the conversation that got Glenn and I together talking about life and God, and then brought up Sheri, and I was a good pick and whatever, right? So then I seen this on there, and I said, this might sound crazy, but I met your dad, and I thought, this is going to be, a bit of a creepy plug-in, or it's going to work out. Yeah. So she took to that pretty well.
Yeah. So we met just prior to COVID hitting. So we met in January 2020, and then COVID hit in March.
March 13th to be exact.
So how long did you talk online before you met, or did you agree to meet right away? Or
I think we talked about 2 or 3 days, and then I was like, well, I'm going to let him do the first move. I'm not going to say let's meet in person. So then he said, well, we could meet up, and so we met on January 20th, 2020, and it was a pretty good meeting.
What do you think it was about each of you that made that match so 98% sure? What do you think it is that drew that you guys went, this is the computer or the algorithm or whatever said this is a good fit?
Yeah, definitely. I found him. He stood out amongst any others that I've went on dates with, and just like completely different from anybody else, and just we had easy conversation, just flowed, and our values were the same, and had both families. He comes from a bigger family than I do, so we had lots of common things with that. And I knew actually his mom's side of the family, the Quist family, I knew them, so lots to just kind of flow, and there's instant physical attraction too, so that kind of helps.
Did you realize she was famous? Like she was in a famous band?
It was funny. So I saw her profile picture, and there's a thing with dating sites, right? If the picture looks too good, it's probably too good to be true, right? And most times, if there's a professional picture on there, they're a phony account, right? So I gotten used to seeing this, right? And she had this picture on there that looked perfect, right? And so I didn't realize.
I used a band photo because I thought, well, this looks nice.
So she's got this professional band photo on there, and I'm thinking, this looks too good. Like the makeup's too good, the lighting's too good. Maybe she's real. I don't know. I'll try it. Try to see who she is, right?
Yeah.
So then, I thought, well, this is something I can get interested in. So move forward from there.
So where did you guys go on that first date on January 20th?
We met at the Service Sports Center, and I was there playing badminton with a friend, so I was down in the field area, and then he came earlier than our meeting time, and he was up on the track, and so I was kind of watching, and I was like, I wonder if that's him up there. And he was looking down, wondering if that was me down there too, so I didn't get hit with a birdie too many times. I was like, oh. So we went for a walk on the track there, and then ended up going to McDonald's for coffee. That's my favorite coffee, McDonald's. Went there, and we had good conversation. We were chatting, and didn't realize that McDonald's was closing, and so the worker came over. He's like, we're closing if you guys don't mind to leave. And we're like, oh, sorry. So it was a good first date. Just
it was pretty late. McDonald's closed at like 11. Right?
Yeah, I was like 11. Yep.
Way past my bedtime.
We had a lot to talk about.
What were you guys talking about? Like, what was it?
We really went over everything. Personal interests to previous relationships, and then what exactly we wanted for each other and what our goals were. And so actually I had a list that I made up. I had talking to another couple that I knew, and they advised me to, make a list about what you want in a person, and do it in kind of, so the guy was telling me, he's like, do it in kind of rocks, you have the small rocks, the medium rocks, and the big rocks. The small rocks are things like, she could have certain color hair, or she could have a certain kind of food that she likes or whatever. And the medium rocks are like, maybe what's her body build, or, what preferences that she has in certain things, smaller things. But the big things were like, the big rocks were like faith, and, do you want to have kids, and, rock things like that, big rock bottom things. Right. And so I had this list. And then she turned out to have a list as well. She's like, my dad advised me to make a list. So we were going through our list, right?
It's like, So the things that were like most important to us, we both had whatever, the same kind of values and things. So that really stood out. And
You didn't have a real traditional first date though. Walking on the track.
Yeah.
But what an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was really, I don't know, you don't feel so pressured where we can just kind of walk and chat and yeah.
So when you leave that night, when she goes her way and Zach
When
goes,
you get kicked out.
Yeah.
are you pretty excited? Like, are you? Hey, this was a really good thing.
Yeah. I remember when I left, I kind of thought like this could be the one, and I was like, I shouldn't think that already. Like this is just a first date, but yeah, it just really, I don't know. I think the Lord was telling me like, this is the right one. So,
But then all of a sudden COVID hits.
Yeah.
So were you guys dating regularly when COVID hit? Like, were you going out together?
Yeah, we were
Like,
dating.
meeting together?
Yeah, we were dating pretty regularly by March, and then COVID hit, and then that was when you had to have like your little cohorts or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was still back and forth with Dad and Mom. I was living in town, going back and forth to see them and stuff. And it was like, well, I want to date him, but it's like he's a separate cohort than my parents, and so made the decision to just like stay in town and kind of get to know him better. And yeah, it was tough at the time because you felt like you couldn't really be with your family very much. But
Yeah, like when I think back on that time, there's a lot of like later COVID, you know, where you could go out, where the movie theater was open and stuff like that. But in the early days, which you guys would be right there trying to get to know each other, there was nothing even open.
No.
The streets were deserted.
Yeah. It was. There wasn't a lot. We did a lot of cheap dates that didn't cost anything.
It was really cost effective. That was a good thing about it.
Were you just talking on the phone, kind of, or
more like just meeting every evening after work. Yeah. And Sheri, being a teacher, she'd get off work, earlier. So then I get off work at 5 o'clock normally, and then I decided, well, I'll just start getting off work at 4 o'clock. I'll skip lunch, and so I started. I would just work through lunch. I asked the boss if that was fine, and then I've been doing that ever since. Actually, almost 6 years later.
Oh wow!
Yeah, kept with that.
so that you could just spend more time.
Get home earlier.
Yeah. So you had relatively a short.
Yeah, it's
pretty short.
Yeah.
So tell us about when you guys got engaged.
Yeah, so that was about 4.5 months into knowing each other. So
he asked me on my birthday, June 6th. So, which before he was kind of telling me like, well, I don't have enough money yet to get a ring and stuff. And so I was like, well, I'm getting older and things are kind of
It's been 4 months.
Yeah, I know. It's like, we should get married and get this going.
Fast enough. Maybe it could have been argued that I could have pulled out a ring on the second day that we had. But so, of course, at the time of COVID, there was no jewelry stores open in Lloyd. We had one in Wainwright, actually, that opened at the time. I remember hearing it on the radio and they were open. I was like, oh man, we could go and we could find out what kind of ring that you like or whatever. She had an idea of what kind of ring she wanted. So we get in there and we have a picture of us in the shop and we're in masks. And I thought, this is hilarious. We look like we're thieves. And because that's the only other picture you see of people in masks in a jewelry store. Yeah. So we're in there. We're looking at the rings and Sheri's like, I don't think I like the ring that I thought I wanted. And it was like a princess cut, like the single one stone and stuff. And that's what she wanted. And then she put it on her finger and it's like, nah, I don't think that works on my finger or whatever, right? So then we got through it and we were looking through lists online and trying to figure out what kind of ring to get. And then I was like, well, maybe this one. She's like, I think I like this and that and whatever. And so eventually it turned out to be this 3-stone ring with the other accent stones on the edge. And at the time, we had waited a little while, of course. I think it was maybe when was it? Maybe a month later or?
Yeah, I think we looked at rings in April and then I think you got the ring in May. You had to order it online because everything was closed. So you ordered it through Paris Jewelers. And then, he surprised me on my birthday. So I wasn't expecting to have a ring yet. I thought he was still saving up money. So.
And all my money was focused into a business venture I was working on. And I was pulling in lots of income, but I was also putting it out quite quickly. And so when I told her I didn't have finances for a ring, I meant it. But when I backed all of that off, suddenly I was like saving really fast, right? And then I surprised her with
You
it.
were like, what's the priority here?
Yeah. Sheri was taking full priority, right?
Yeah.
So you were dropping hints all the time, or was it pretty obvious
I
to you
think,
guys?
well,
that
yeah, we both
it was
felt
gonna happen?
mutually like we felt like this was right. We want to move into marriage and didn't want to waste a lot of time. We were both getting a little older. So
So what was the proposal like? Was it a romantic proposal?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I have this habit of catching some of our moments on camera without her knowing it. So when we first one of the first times we got together on a date, I had a video of our first kiss, and so then I was looking like, we're going to take a picture of each other, right? We're sitting side by side, and I was like, here, we'll take a portrait. But I had it on video, and she's like, is it on video? And I said, oh, maybe, whatever, right? And so I just
Is this like, you're going like, this is creepy?
I'm like, I'll just like pose a little bit here and there.
So I was like, I'll just take screenshots from it, right? Or whatever, right? From the video. I won't turn it off, right? So I got the first video of us, our first kiss. So when I went to propose to her, it was at Bud Miller, and it was on a day, it was a little bit...
It was kind of rainy and
kind of
stuff.
gloomy, a little rainy or whatever, but I wore my suit and my nice coat, and we went out there, and I had the ring I had in my pocket, right? And we get to this one spot, and it's kind of over by that, the gazebo area in the back there. Well, we were right by there, and I had my phone on a little tripod thing. I put it on a branch on a tree, and I made it grab the tree, and we stood out there, and I hit play, right? And when we were doing that, I said, you want to take a picture out here in the park? And the same thing I did, I started a video instead, and she's like, is that on video? And I said, well, I'll just take screenshots.
I don't know.
So then I proposed to her right there, and we counted back on the video, and I think we probably kissed about 43 times after I proposed to her on the camera. It was pretty fun.
It was a special time.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to think about it.
No, my answer was for real because I thought he didn't have money for it.
Yeah,
I was
she said, for real?
I was like, for real? And they're like, no, yes, I will marry you. But
And then I said, yeah, it's real. And then,
So now you've got the challenge of getting married during COVID as well.
Planning a wedding. And
Planning a wedding. So what we'll do is we'll take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll find out about the challenges of putting together a wedding and a wedding reception during the pandemic. We'll be right back here to Spiro's for Love Story, brought to you by Spiro's and Richardsons Jewellery.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years. It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
What if your lifestyle could stay as vibrant as you are? Would you be more active, more social, and would your life be filled with more possibilities to live fully? Carefreedom Living by Wellings is designed to do just that. It's a new concept for vibrant adults 55 plus that's more modern and unexpected. Discover a lifestyle created on your terms and lived at your pace. Then imagine that life could feel this good every day. Visit Wellings to discover more. 3211 72nd Avenue, Lloydminster, and at wellingsoflloydminster.com. We want to welcome you back inside of Spiro's for our love story. It is brought to you by Spiro's, Maria, and Richardsons Jewellery here in Lloydminster. When I think of a jewelry store in Lloydminster, there is only one that comes to mind, and that is the crew, the family that is Richardsons Jewellery. And so if you're looking for something to do on Valentine's Day, guys, and you're thinking, boy, it'd be nice to take my sweetheart out to the best restaurant in Lloydminster and take her to Spiro's, then darn it, you better get on it, because Sheri's brother Daryl is actually playing here on Valentine's Day, so that's going to be pretty darn romantic. Every time Daryl plays here, Heather always wants to come, whether it's Christmas time or, or whether it just adds such a nice atmosphere. It's going to be sensational. And I think Richardson's Jewelry, guys, well, they're just expecting you to be late. So if you're looking for a great gift for her, whether it's earrings, whether it's any kind of bracelet or anything like that, or whether it's the big one, then they can help you out at Richardson's Jewelry here in Lloydminster. Yes, we have got Sheri and Berube joining us today. That's why we mentioned her brother playing here. And of course, Zach Berube, her husband. And we found out that after 4 months of dating, one of those during COVID, Zach proposes, and now you got the task of getting married during COVID. And at that time, what were the regulations? What were the?
It kept changing all the time.
They were all over the map.
Did you ever think about wait? Like maybe we should just wait.
Well, when Zachary first mentioned the date, he said we should get married July 20th, and I thought, he meant like next year. I was like, that's a long ways to wait because we got engaged June, so it's like 6 weeks later is July 20th. He's like, no, I mean like this year, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty quick here. We got to get on this here. So we had to do
6
a lot
weeks.
of 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But it was kind of good because you had to actually like make your plans and just go with it, not whatever. Sometimes you change your mind of what decorations or things like that. So
No time to delay.
But you're right. Like regulations kept changing. The numbers that you could have together, they kept changing. And then just when you thought we were coming out of it, they kind of we're going too fast.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
back in.
Yeah.
It's such.
Yeah.
But anyway, that
nice
presents its challenges in itself, right?
Yeah. So we got married out at my parents' farm. So then you could have more people out there because it's outside. And then we had like the chairs kind of separated for all the families and things to try and keep distance. And then we were going to do the reception at my brother's farm, Gary's farm, because I was on the Alberta side, Dad's on the Saskatchewan side. So it was more tight restrictions of Saskatchewan for eating and stuff. So then Alberta had better regulations, and so we thought we could do it there. But then you'd have to get a tent and porta potties and all this stuff too. So it starts to add up. And then I think the one day maybe Jessica, like my sister-in-law, she's like, well, you could see about Spiro's. I don't know if they would do anything. So we're like, oh. So we called up Maria, and she's like, oh yeah, we could do a reception here. And we got married on a Monday, so they're actually closed. So we were able to use the whole restaurant, and it worked out really good. So we could have bathrooms here, and they could come serve us. It felt all fancy.
How stressed out were you though? It must have been stressful.
It was a little stressful. Yeah. With trying to teach online, like doing all that was a whole new curve too and stuff, and then trying to plan a wedding in the meantime. It was a little stressful trying to get things organized.
How helpful was that?
Oh, he was pretty helpful. He did some
he
did some phoning around, but I'm pretty much I like to have things organized.
Sheri's a teacher. She really got a system. Yeah.
So the reception was here at Spiro's.
Yes.
Big? Was it big?
We had about 80 people.
Yeah, and the funny thing was originally they thought, we'll put you on one half of the restaurant. And we thought, that's not enough room. Like, we have to be able to have the whole thing. Well, the funny thing is the fireplace is right in the middle, right? So it's like, how do you organize the stuff? So my mom, she's really into interior design. and she was figuring out, where should we put the head table, and so the kind of cool thing was we had this private head table. Basically, it was just the two of us, and then we had the groomsmen and the bridesmaids on the other sides. So we were right in the back wall, right between the fireplace, so we could see either side of the whole restaurant.
Like right along there.
Right? Yeah. And then there was my sister made up a slideshow of the pictures of our past, and then leading up to the marriage, and then that was put on a slide, and it was projected to one side of the room and then the other side of the room after, so both people could see it.
Yeah. Then we had music over here and MC over there. So yeah.
Did you when you guys first got together, how much time were you spending together during COVID?
Well, once COVID hit, we saw each other pretty well every evening. So
Okay.
so our relationship grew pretty quick.
So it grew pretty quick.
So we saw each other a lot.
Because I was wondering, a lot of couples will live together for a while, get to know each other for a while. I was wondering, was there a shock when you actually moved in together?
Seemed to go pretty easy. Like we're both from bigger families, so we're used to kind of having to share houses with somebody and stuff. So it didn't find any. It wasn't difficult, anyways.
I think the shocker for her was that I was in an apartment, and when she got in there, she's like, "Oh man, this place smells like weed." So then it was go time. We had to figure out but we were already figuring out how to get a house before, just before we got married, because we were like, well, we're going to get together. We are engaged. Now we need to find out a house, right? And she knew my apartment was smoky stuff, and she can't handle the smoke and things, right? And who would want to live in that, right?
All my allergies. Yeah.
And then, we were already looking at houses just before we got married.
Yeah. And then we signed the deal on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So we were doing
DocuSign.
the DocuSign. So we signed for our house then. Yeah.
Because COVID regulations.
Yeah, the house right now. Yeah. Yeah. So we just lived in the apartment for 1 month. So I managed.
Yeah. Only a month.
Yeah.
Only a month. Yeah. And it was amazing how it worked out. Like I went through the whole apartment, and I sprayed deodorizer, and I just bombed the whole apartment inside a few times over deodorizer to get rid of any smoke smell, because it was coming from my neighbors down the way and seeping through the door. So I taped around the doorway and making sure it wasn't.
They didn't take the hint, eh?
I guess not.
No. You're writing on the tape. This is because of you.
Yeah.
Did you feel like there was pressure because you were the last one to get married? Like, did you feel like?
Not really. Like I wanted to get married probably when I was in my 20s, but that didn't quite work out. So I just felt we both went through relationships, and we knew what we wanted in a marriage, and just kind of flowed quickly. So didn't waste time doing any fluffy stuff.
Is he romantic?
Oh yes, he's Berube as a French name. So
give us an example of how Zach is romantic.
Oh, on my first birthday when we were married, he surprised me with getting a hotel room at Microtel, and come in and there's rose petals on the bed and chocolate and roses and the sparkling juice and stuff.
Zach, that's not part of the budget. That's not part of the plan. Where are you going?
When you have a name that's French, you kind of have to keep up with the repertoire of the French. I think it flows naturally through your blood, though.
You guys started a family right away?
Well, we were planning to. Yeah, we were planning to, but things don't always go how you plan. So, our little girl was born, I guess, 2 years after. She's born 2023, so about 3 years after we were married.
Which in a way, that was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it gave us more time one-on-one just to be a couple together, right? To learn how to, figure out this married life without, throwing kids into it right away and be like, what do we do? And, why are we together, and sort of stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, how much do things change? Because you go from, we can't see each other, we see each other. Now all of a sudden things open up and you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, was there like, we don't want to stay home? Or were you guys, a lot of people got into the rhythm of, I want to stay home. I just want to be like just the two of us, because I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah.
Or did you guys go let's go out, let's have suppers and let's.
Yeah, like we usually did our Friday date night. So we would usually go out for supper or get something so I wouldn't have to cook Friday night. So that was kind of nice. Yeah, that kind of changed now when we have children.
So how do you guys, now that you have children, you have young children,
Mm-hmm.
you have two very small children.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make time for each other?
Well, we try to get the kids into bed early, so like around 7 or so, and then we have evenings we can watch a movie or whatever, play a game and stuff. So we still try to prioritize each other, and which is also, it's a bit of a challenge when you have little ones demanding mommy, mommy, mommy. Yeah.
Well, the other thing that changed is now you can see family too.
Yeah.
So that's got to factor into things as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Past COVID time, and
Yeah, because we're both close with our families, and we always, my family's all around here, so we get together for birthdays and stuff, and then his family's in Edmonton, so don't see his quite as often, but it is nice to still, we can do what we
once a
want
month.
now.
It's a nice update for my parents and my brothers and sisters.
Well, things pick up again, right? Like all of a sudden you're back playing in the band,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like did that kind of like,
Yeah.
did Zach come along? Because you guys
Yeah.
have taken some big long tours and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he came along to every
I'm a roadie.
every event. Yeah. He's got good muscles.
I get to carry equipment. Learn how to wire up all the speakers.
Yeah.
What is that like? What is that like being on the road like together?
Oh, it's fun, yeah. In the bus, it's a little bit busy with all the children in there too. So yeah, but we love it. It's nice, and you get to meet new people all the time, and and Zachary's great with people too, and
I get to meet all the people on the side that she had that I couldn't meet through Facebook. So I'm just kind of known as the Facebook guy, right? Oh, I seen you on Facebook, whatever. Great, glad you guys are together.
Yeah, it actually happened. Yeah.
Is he a roadie though? Does he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he carries in all the heavy equipment and helps Dad with the sound and stuff.
Glenn's taught me a lot about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how often are you on the road?
Not real often, but yeah, sometimes I guess summertime's a little bit more busy, but yeah.
Was it strange, Zach, going from all of a sudden, hey, all of a sudden we're on tour now?
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh man, I'm on. It's weird. Like, you're famous, and I'm like, I'm coming along with this, right? And she's not only famous as a band member, but as a teacher, right? So it's like everywhere you go, it's like, hi, Mrs. A, or hi, Mrs. B, or right? And so yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, we were in West Edmonton Mall one day, and somebody's like, hi, Mrs. B. I was like, wow, people like know you all over the place, right? And so going to these events, it was really cool because I got to meet these high class people that she was around, and just wonderful people that she knew, and had an awesome time with that. Yeah. I like the energy.
Are you guys planners? Like, do you have, this is the way our life is going to go, kind of laid out? Like,
Have an idea, but not really. Like our honeymoon, we planned the first night, and maybe the next night we had hotels, but mostly our honeymoon we kind of booked hotels as we went, which was good in COVID because the hotels weren't booked up and it was cheaper. So but yeah.
We took a road trip. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Our honeymoon was a road trip, and it was like, we're going in this direction. And half the time we were booking hotels maybe the same day.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice because you would get the pool all to yourself and didn't have to share with anybody else. Yeah. So it was.
So the hotels weren't busy. It was just
it was pretty good. And then like they had
discounted.
deals like in Canmore,
Copper Point.
or Malcolm too.
And Malcolm.
It was a lot.
Malcolm
That's
Hotel.
in Canmore.
So you guys just headed.
Yeah.
You guys headed west.
Yeah, we went
We
to
did.
Alberta and the BC. Yeah.
Because I'm from BC originally, and I was like, "Do you want to go this way, right? And we'll take a road trip." And so, we got to see some neat sights.
That was the time when they were saying like Alberta cars in BC, they might
Might
smash them
wreck your
or-
cars and your license
So I
plate.
was a little bit nervous, but his car was fine.
So is your family still in BC, Zach?
I do have an uncle who's out there, but my family, we all moved in 2013 out this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they've done a little bit of jumping around since then, but they're in Edmonton now. Yeah, some are in Calgary. Yeah.
So you have 2 babies. Any plans for a third?
That's always the question.
That's the question.
It's going through our minds. We're not too sure, but we know that whatever happens, the Lord's got in His hands. So if we're planning to do that, I think He'll make it work out. Yeah.
My body needs time to recoup though.
Our little guy's only like almost 3 months
Yeah,
old.
he's almost 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, the kids are missing you.
Yeah.
Anna Lynn's almost 3 now, and she's a busybody. She's all over the map, and she just loves her little brother. And energy.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Are we forgetting to ask anything?
I would just ask what advice that you might have for other couples, because you said, you were the last one in the family. So if somebody else might be in that position, what would you say to them?
Well, I'd say definitely know what you want in a future husband and what are the most important core values that you can't live without or whatever. And don't settle for somebody who's whatever, not up to the par.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the right one. I had to wait a while, but I'm glad I got the right one.
It's amazing how faith and values matter. I mean, they're the rock bottom of what you believe in. Certain people will be like, they'll match differently. You'll have one who's maybe a Catholic and one who's not, or you have one who's Hindu and one who's, Catholic, and they go to pair up, and then they're like, wait a minute, we don't fundamentally believe the same things. And so they end up having rocky road in their relationship. And when you're on the same boat, you can go the same direction, and you do go through the regular things of, this is my preference to this or this, should we do this or that? But I think it's both a submission to one another that, there is a leadership, I lead in the final say, but I consult Sheri and we go through all the things together. And then she's like, okay, well, do you want to make a decision on it? And then I say, yeah, okay, we'll go in that direction. And so, the funny dynamic that we have is, so I'm the oldest of 7 kids. And, so I'm used to being at the top and, but Sheri's older than me by a few years, right? And so
you'd never know it.
But Sheri's the baby of the family. So we have this interesting dynamic where she's older than I am, but then I'm in the lead because of where I'm in the family. So it does really work out together in that dynamic where there's this this cohesion of submission and leadership, and it's really awesome, actually. And another thing I'd like to add to, by being romantic, I do make her jewelry. So
yes, he's made me a few different necklaces. And,
wow,
earrings.
Wow.
Once a year.
Was
usually.
that the project that you were kind of working on?
Yeah.
I had a project for Christmas, and that I wanted to get her to have one gift in the tree that she had to find.
That's awesome. Well, we have a gift for you. We have a Spiro's gift card to enjoy a romantic night out or with the kids.
Yeah, or bring the family.
Of course, it's totally up to you. But we appreciate you sharing your love story with us.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Complicated as it was during that time.
Yeah. People say COVID was the worst time of their lives, but I think it's a pretty good time.
Isn't that something? Because a lot of people will look back and go, oh, I don't even want to think about it. You're looking back going,
best time of our life.
Yeah. Pretty
COVID
good.
time was just crunch time to know each other, right? It was every day with each other, nobody else, And then with planning the wedding, everything fell in place. Spiro's fell in place. She walked in bridal by Chan. She's like, I just had a bunch of dresses that came in just before COVID crash.
Yeah.
She puts it on, fits.
Yeah.
Fits perfectly.
Like,
just had to get
bam.
shortened, but
Right?
Yeah.
So that's another great story, actually.
Yes,
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was,
Because you went to bridal by Chan.
I sure did.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she had all these cancellations. She had all these dresses, and you didn't have to wait at all.
No, she's like, I have one in the back that you might like, and I tried it on. I was like, oh yeah, this is like perfect. So
and she knows too.
She's very
knows.
good at.
Yep.
Yeah, she did my grad dress, and so
she's very good.
Knows what suits you.
And you might want to wonder what the benefits of getting married on a weekday is versus, the splash of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll get hosed on everything because of the price, right?
Yeah.
Well, Monday, man, that's discount day to get married. But we didn't pick it because we're frugal. We did pick it because we were honoring the number 20. So January 20th, 2020 is when we married, and then July 20.
We met on January.
Yeah, January 20th, 2020, and then July 20th we decided to get married. So we kept the 20.
Exactly 6 months after we met.
Yeah, everything's the 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. We kept it in play.
Superstitious a little bit?
I think we just like
were any of your kids born on the 20th?
No. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Valentine's Day, folks. That's what we have for you for our love story. We want to thank Spiro's. We want to thank Richardsons Jewellery. We'll be back with you after the family day long weekend, which is coming up here.
Yes.
And we'll be back with you on when we're back on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the coldest night of the year. So we'll have the men's shelter out to talk to us a little bit about that when we come back. But take some time, enjoy the weekend, and especially Valentine's Day. Thank you to our guests, Zach and Sheri Berube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.